As a whole, my first pregnancy was so easy that I could say that I really enjoyed being pregnant. This time around, not the case. I want to be done. If you're wondering why I have these on, it's because I'm actually about to start work. But if you haven't been here before, hi, my name is Camille. I am a millennial mama who loves books, beauty, and God, and I do a lot of lifestyle content here on my channel. I have something exciting for you guys today. Today is going to be my first trimester recap. I'm currently in my second trimester, but this time around it's been very, very different from my experience with my first child. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about the symptoms, the experiences I've been having, my emotional roller coaster, and just the general highs and lows of the first trimester. And I hope this can help one of you mamas out, whether you're expecting, whether you've already gone through your first trimester, whether you're in your first trimester, or just interested in the journey and the experience of motherhood. I hope this video entertains you, excites you, and educates you, and I hope that I can help with any of the insights that I share. So without further ado, let's get started. In this next section, I'm going to be talking a little bit about finding out I was pregnant. If you watched my pregnancy announcement video, it's called "We're Pregnant Again." I found out that I was pregnant very early. It was just after Mother's Day, and I had found out by myself. So no one else knew for like a couple days, and I was debating for the longest time how I was gonna tell Jericho, my husband. I ended up telling our nanny because she's kind of like my closest friend. So we're very close, and we were like conspiring ideas in order to tell my husband, like in a cute way, because I wanted to film it, right? The first time around, my husband and I found out at the exact same time. Well, rather, he found out and then told me because I left the test on the counter. But this time around, he was at work, so I really found out on my own, and I could have kept it for longer, but I absolutely could not keep that secret. So watch that video if you want to see the entire story. Initial reaction to finding out I was pregnant, I was both excited but also a bit anxious, only because the timing of getting pregnant was not really, it was a little early. So we had planned to get pregnant for July in order to have a spring baby, because like I said in that video, I wanted our birthdays to be kind of spaced apart. And with Jericho's birthday being in February, I wanted to have a spring baby because my birthday's in the fall. So like we are missing the 2 seasons in between. And so it would be nice to celebrate a birthday every season. Only I care about that, but I grew up in a family where we all had our own season. And so there was always something to look forward to every 2 months. And I really enjoyed that. Fortunately, unfortunately, everything is in God's timing. We take things as they are. We are very blessed to be able to conceive, and our little one is going to be due in the winter. Jericho's response to finding out that we were pregnant, if you watch that video, you'll see he was very excited but also shocked because, like I said, the timing was a little bit early, but we're happy, we're excited, and obviously now that I'm in the second trimester, things have really settled in and we've accepted that we're pregnant, and it's a lot more obvious and a tiny bit debilitating this time around. Symptoms and how you handled them. My symptoms and how I felt specifically in the first trimester have been drastically and exponentially different from my first pregnancy. As a whole, my first pregnancy was so easy that I could say that I really enjoyed being pregnant. This time around, not the case. I want to be done. If you watch that pregnancy announcement video, I did say I wasn't feeling any nausea. The second week, I only felt nausea. I have been pretty much vomiting every single day, not just in the morning, like throughout the day. There have been days where I haven't thrown up. It is exhausting. It is painful, it is not comfortable, and it makes it very difficult to consume the right amount of nutrients and food because I can't keep things down. It's just been really rough. I'm not sure if this is something that I am experiencing because I'm pregnant with a girl, or if it's because this is just a different pregnancy. Like maybe this time around, my diet isn't as good as when I was having Adriano. In terms of fatigue, on the weekends, I'm really lucky because my husband's home and he'll let me sleep in and I'll wake up to breakfast and it's the most amazing feeling ever. But on the weekdays, also because I'm working, 7 is the latest I can sleep in. So by 5 o'clock, once my shift is done, I am exhausted. Like I'm pretty much ready to take a nap for 3 hours. In terms of cravings and food aversions, this is the craziest thing to me. So I have this ice cream that I really, really love. Let me show it to you. I'm so sorry for the mess in the background, but I'm letting my dishes dry. Anyways, I have spoke about this ice cream many times on my Instagram because I love it. However, once I became pregnant, I could not touch this. I couldn't smell it. I can't taste it because I can't eat it at all. And I had just gone through 3 tubs, like back to back, of this prior to being pregnant, and now I can't even touch it. So now I'm sticking to regular vanilla ice cream because can't go wrong because the flavor is so light and it's so easy to like mix in stuff. So like nuts and chocolate syrup, which I've been loving a lot this pregnancy. Safe to say with this pregnancy, I have just been craving a whole lot of junk food and sugar, which is not good at all, because when you get to the end of the 2nd trimester, like early 3rd trimester, you have to go for your gestational diabetes test, and they test to make sure your blood sugars are at a healthy level. And if you are like me and you are digesting only junk food, it is not going to go well for you. And gestational diabetes is really something that happens to moms, like whether or not they had diabetes before. And it was something that I nearly failed the first time around, and I was eating healthy then. So I gotta cut down. Emotionally, it has kind of been tearing me in half because on one end, eating sugar makes me happy, but on the other hand, I'm like anxious about this gestational diabetes test, and I'm anxious because I know it's not healthy, and I am having such a hard time like curbing my diet because I can't digest things. Some may say that it's a problem with discipline, but when you're going through a pregnancy, I almost feel like your body is not your own. I've been to the doctor and he's given me some nausea medication. I've been also prescribed like ginger pills to help with nausea and the vomiting. I've been taking Tums, specifically these ones, the Chewy Bite Tums. These are delicious to help with heartburn and with high stomach acid, which I deal with a lot, even before being pregnant. Yeah, it's just been really tough this time around, and I'm not sure if this is relatable for anyone. If you're having a girl and you've been craving only sweets, please let me know in the comments below. My mom said when she was pregnant with me, she had that craving, like she would have tubs and tubs of ice cream, but in my case, it's more like I enjoy the ice cream, but it's more like straight sugar, like gummy worms, sprinkles. Like I'm literally taking sprinkles by the handful and just like chewing on them for flavor. I don't know how to explain it, and it sounds so weird, but that is literally what it's been like for the last 4 months. First doctor's appointment and ultrasound. I have this really fun, friendly relationship with my doctor. I called him and I booked the appointment. My husband and I went together with my son. And when he saw us, he had this big smile on his face, and he was so excited for us because he knows, yeah, we didn't want to have a baby so early, but he knows that I wanted to have a family like my whole life. So he was so excited for us. It was really nice to be able to, I guess, start the journey again, because the journey of parenthood is so fun, especially when you have the support of your family, your friends, and your partner, and everything is just so good and everything is going so well in your life. It's kind of like a cherry on top feeling for me. When we got to hear the baby's heartbeat for the very first time at our first ultrasound, unfortunately, Jericho and Adriano were not able to be in the room because it was a very, very small room. And so I heard the baby's heartbeat on my own. I regret not recording the sound or recording like a video of that moment so that Jericho could hear it as well, but they don't allow you to record in the room itself. So it's very hard to like sneak that. And just like the first time around, when you hear your baby's heartbeat, it just makes the whole thing feel so much more real. Like, not that it's not real, because pregnancy tests nowadays, they're pretty accurate and they're really good. But seeing your baby and hearing your baby for the first time really kind of puts it into reality. And it's like, oh my God, there's like actually a little human being inside my stomach. That very first ultrasound appointment, I would say, is my favorite, or one of my favorites, because it's affirming. One thing that did change for me though was prior to my pregnancy with Adriano, I had a fibroid. And if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a growth. Most of the time it's benign, but it can lead to complications in your pregnancy. And in my case, it was benign, thank God, but it was above my cervix. And so they kind of had to monitor it during the entire pregnancy. And with Adriano, we didn't really have any issues because it remained benign. It didn't grow. It was literally just there the entire time. And so this time around, when we had looked at the fibroid during that first ultrasound, the technician said that it grew, which kind of made me feel a little bit nervous as well. There was a lot of questions I had to take to my doctor to really understand what could happen. I called my doctor right away and I was like, what does that mean? Is this gonna complicate my pregnancy? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I asked him all these questions. Basically, the answer was, we have to keep monitoring it, and unless you see bleeding, premature bleeding, then it's nothing to worry about. And to this day, I'm just over halfway. I think I'm at like 53% of the pregnancy now. I haven't had any bleeding. So far, although it has grown quite a bit, it is not causing any complications. And so I will not be needing surgery prior to delivering, which is great. So adjusting to pregnancy has been fairly easy, I would say, despite feeling nauseous all the time and vomiting all the time. Some of the challenges that you would face if you were adjusting to pregnancy for the first time is like, you need to go out of your way to get maternity clothes. If you're working at the same time as being pregnant, that's something to adjust to, because it's hard to just sit down all the time, especially if you have like an office job. Luckily, prior to becoming pregnant last time, I had switched jobs and I work for a company that is completely remote now. So I get to work from home and I get to stand and take breaks and walk around if I need to at any time. Adjusting has been pretty easy. I still have all the maternity clothes from when I was pregnant with Adriano. I have not bought anything new because I don't think I'm planning to get pregnant again. And so I figured if I use all these outfits twice for 2 pregnancies, then they would have been worth it. And then now I can get rid of them, like when I'm done with this pregnancy. I am an advocate for not buying maternity clothes. I feel like they're very expensive, and majority of my maternity clothes, if they weren't from Shein like 3 years ago, they are from the thrift store. So this outfit actually that I'm wearing, it's a crop top and it comes with a skirt like this, and it's comfortable. I literally just throw it on and I feel like I look put together already. I can walk outside if I need to. If I'm on camera, then I look presentable. Majority of my other stuff, I just thrift, because a lot of the thrift stores have a lot of maternity clothes, and a lot of them is brand new because women are gifted maternity clothes for like baby showers and stuff, and half of the time they can't use it all. So try and thrift your maternity clothes. It is good for the environment. It is sustainable. And yeah, taking care of my toddler during the first trimester has been probably the hardest to adjust to, because he's so small and so he drops stuff all the time, and for me to pick up stuff is so hard. If you're like me, I've had really bad back problems since becoming pregnant, and I don't know if it's because I'm carrying large, but I have trouble picking things up from the ground. Even if I'm like squatting, it's really hard to get back up. Stuff like that. Adriano is a toddler, and so when we take him to the park, he really likes to run around and he really likes to go on the big slides, although he's only 1 and I cannot go down the big slides. I can't even climb the play structures anymore, let alone run when he wants me to run with him. He literally will grab my hand and try to run with me, and I'm like, whoa, slow down, I can't run. run. So that's been a little bit hard to adjust to because normal non-pregnant me is very sporty. I like to run around and I like to be active, so it's hard to remember I'm not supposed to be as active as I was. So there's that. Plus, it's difficult to be as active as I was. Announcing your pregnancy. So if you watched my video, We're Pregnant Again, here's the little thumbnail, you would have seen how we announced our pregnancy to our family. It was so cute because they did not expect it. Well, my family did not expect it at all. I just wish the way I announced it worked out a little better. I almost feel like I kind of forced it, but if I didn't, there was no way they were gonna know. Definitely go check out that video. I did have it linked here, but I will also link it in the description bar below. As of right now, we haven't announced it to our extended family or our extended friends. I have told 3 friends so far. One of them was yesterday. We plan to announce the pregnancy later this week. There's just a few things that have come up, but now that we have photos taken, thank you, Julie. My sister took photos for us this past weekend. We'll be able to announce in a cutesy way on social media for our extended family and friends. And I'm excited. I'm both excited and nervous. Like, I remember the first time around, I had made like this reel on Instagram, but I was so nervous to post it because, I don't know, I guess when it's your first pregnancy, you're so excited that like your nerves are just all over the place. And this time around, I'm starting to feel that again because I'm like, nobody really expects it, I guess. And I'm not sure if people know just how much I wanted to start a family. So the people that know me know that this was bound to happen. And the people that don't know me will probably be a little bit shocked, but excited for us nonetheless. So I was gonna do like and then there was 4 like plaque for the photos, but I never got around and I never had a chance to do it. I should have done it during paint night, darn it. If you see our gender reveal video, that was when we had taken those photos. It was kind of spur of the moment because I looked good that day, so I was like, okay, let's take photos. I didn't really plan it out that well this time around, but yeah, we are going to announce later this week. If you're watching this video, I would have already announced. So first trimester favorite products. I am not going to dive deep in this video because I am planning to do one completely separate and on its own, but I will touch upon a few things that I've been really loving, and I'm also going to talk a little bit about the stuff that I didn't use this time around. First up are these ginger anti-nausea tablets. So if you're not somebody that likes to take medication, this is a really good natural alternative for nausea medication. It is made with pure ginger. And what it does is it helps with headaches, it helps with vomiting. I don't know the science behind it, but this one is from PharmaSafe. This whole bottle was like $9 or something, but it works really well, and so I'm thankful that it's so cheap. Another thing that's different that I'm using this time around is the Palmer's Cocoa Butter Massage Lotion for stretch marks. With my first child, I was using a different lotion for my stomach. I didn't have stretch marks the entire time until I got to the 3rd trimester, and then it was just like tiger stripes everywhere. Not that it's something I'm ashamed about. I'm actually proud to have them because it's like battle wounds as a mom. I just wish they weren't so prominent, like when I'm wearing a bikini, or I just kind of want to let them fade, if that makes sense. So I am still using bio oil. I live and breathe this product. And if you can use it together with another product that does help with stretch marks or with scars, I feel like it works even better. Like bio oil, I think is meant to be like a booster for these products. So I've been using it with this, and it has argan oil, collagen, and elastin in it. I'm not a dermatologist, so I don't know how it all works. I just am sharing my experience. This is kind of expensive because this one small little bottle is $12 on Amazon, but I am seeing an improvement with skin elasticity, so I do recommend it. I can put the link in the description bar below. Another thing that kind of sucks when you're pregnant, because there's so many hormones in your body, it kind of causes you to smell faster. So I don't generally deal with BO. Last pregnancy, I didn't really have this issue, but this pregnancy I did. Like, I could not find a deodorant that was working for me. Like, I would put it on and then I swear to you, like an hour later, I could smell myself, and that makes me uncomfortable. So on top of showering every single day, I was trying to find a deodorant that worked for me, and that's this one. It's called Crystal is the brand, and it is a mineral enriched deodorant roll-on. So I am a fan of using these Crystal deodorants. If you're Filipino, then you'll know. This is called tawas. I'm not sure what that is in English, but I grew up with my mom. My mom is the biggest advocate for tawas as deodorant, and she kind of like will buy these for us because it works so well. This one is the stick. So what happens is you take a shower, and while your armpits are still kind of wet and damp from your shower, you roll this on, and you have to wait with your arms up like this until it's dry in order for it to really coat your armpit and keep the odor locked in, if that makes sense. With this one that I found, same brand, except instead of you having to wet your armpit, you just roll it on like a regular roll-on deodorant, and I don't think you have to wait for it to dry. This actually works. Like, I was shocked. I have the flavor or the scent coconut and vanilla, and it is so good. I definitely recommend that, and this is pretty inexpensive. It was only $6. Those were some of the products that I've been using. Ones that I haven't been using that were in that video, I'm still using the same prenatals. They work well for me, so I have no reason to change them. But I actually stopped using the pregnancy pillow. A lot of women swear by it. Even I did in my first trimester, but now with my second pregnancy in the first trimester, something about the pregnancy pillow was just so uncomfortable. So now I just sleep with the one pillow under my head, and that's it. The Veet lotion. I have another one here. I was talking about this in my first pregnancy essentials video. Shaving your legs and whatever is really difficult when you're pregnant. That's the truth. It is hard. But if you've been following me for a while, you would have already seen that I got gifted this Philips Epilator 8000. This new one specifically works so well. I don't know if it's because it's new and the blades are new or whatever. After showering, I put my leg up on the toilet and I just do a one run through of the Epilator, and the hairs are gone, and I don't have to wait for the lotion to settle into the pores of my skin. It's just quick. It's now painless because I've been doing it forever, but if you've never epilated before, it's a little painful in the beginning. I don't have to do it all the time. Like, I do it maybe like once every 3 weeks or something. That's basically it for this video. Now that I'm in my second trimester, things are a little bit easier. The nausea is still there, but it's getting more manageable with the ginger pills and the nausea medication that my doctor gave me. I can't say I really love being pregnant this time around, but I do love the idea of my family growing. It's a small sacrifice for a lifetime of fun and adventures, and I would never trade it for anything else. So if you're going through your first trimester, or you experienced some of the things that I have been experiencing, please leave it in the comments below. I would love to connect, and I'd love to know your stories. Thank you so much if you took the time to watch this video. I really appreciate it, and I really love sharing parts of my life that I think can help and relate to other people. If you guys have any questions for me, please leave them in the comments below as well. Otherwise, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! And so I really like it. Ooh, my script. Ow, I'm so uncomfortable. Being pregnant is so hard. Oops, I got distracted. Okay, didn't I already do this? Your girl always has chapped lips because I chew on my lips. So I'm not gonna dive deep into this video. Oh my god.